In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB game happening on May 24th, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Dodgers versus Washington Nationals. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Washington Nationals resume a 3-game National League series on Tuesday evening. The Dodgers give the nod to Walker Buehler, who is looking to remain undefeated on the road. The Nationals will opt with Josiah Gray eyeing his 6th victory. The Dodgers won last year's season series by a 7-0 margin and clobbered the Nationals by a 10-1 score on Monday. The Dodgers are 44-13 in their last 57 Tuesday games and 74-30 in their last 104 overall. Los Angeles is 41-15 in their last 56 in Game 2 of a series. Meanwhile, the Nationals are 12-27 in the last 39 in Game 2 of a series and 15-36 in their last 51 overall. Washington is 16-43 in their last 59 at home. The Los Angeles Dodgers and Washington Nationals play their second game of their 3-game series on Tuesday night in Washington, D.C. The Dodgers got back to their winning ways on Monday, beating the Nationals in Game 1 with a score of 10-1, bringing them to 8-2 in their last 10 games. The loss by the Nationals drops them to 3-7 in their last 10 games and puts them in position to lose their 6th series in a row. Projected starters will be right-hander Walker Buehler for the Dodgers and right-hander Josiah Gray for the Nationals, with Buehler having the edge. Buehler is 5-1 in 8 starts with 2.89 ERA and a WHIP of 1.22. Buehler has struggled some in May, as his ERA is 3.27 in this month, up from 2.55 in April. Gray is 4-3 in 8 starts with a 4.38 ERA and a WHIP of 1.27. Much like Buehler, Gray hasn't pitched well in May, allowing 12 earned runs in his last 3 starts and raising his ERA from 4.05 in April to 4.63 in May. Offensively, the advantage goes to the Dodgers, as they may have the best offense in the MLB. They rank first in OPS and OBP and 7th in team average. Even though the Nationals rank in the top 10 in team average and OBP, they rank 20th in OPS. This one's probably too thick of a line to mess with, though. Buehler had a rough start versus Philly on May 13th with 5 earned in 5 innings. In 2 of his last 3, however, Buehler has a combined 3 earned in 12 innings. As for Gray, he's got a total of 12 earned on 17 hits and 4 walks over his last 3 starts and 17.1 innings of work. I like both guys to have decent outings, but I believe Buehler will win the starting pitcher battle here. So the Los Angeles Dodgers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. To put it plainly, I'm expecting Walker Buehler to mow down the Nationals in this one. The right-hander is the ace of this staff, and he's been very dependable this season. Buehler's ERA drops to 1.29 when throwing away from Dodger Stadium, and he's only allowed 15 base runners over 21 IP on the road. The Dodgers pitching continues to dazzle, conceding 4 or fewer runs in 7 out of their last 8 games. Walker Buehler features a sparkling 2.33 ERA in his 19.1 career innings against the Nationals. Plus, the Dodgers bullpen continues to dazzle, sporting a 3.04 ERA. In addition, Josiah Gray has been respectable, conceding 3 or fewer runs in 3 out of his last 4 outings. The under is also 7-3 in the Nationals' last 10 home games. While I like for the Dodgers to get to Josiah Gray early and often, I still think this game stays under 9 runs. I could see something like a 7-1 win for the Dodgers in this one, thanks to the red-hot top of the lineup and a strong outing from Buehler. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus New York Yankees. Baltimore will try to pull off an upset for the 2nd day in a row when it faces American League East rival New York on Tuesday night. The Orioles picked up a 6-4 win on Monday night in the series opener. New York is now on a 3-game losing streak following a lengthy hot stretch. A big reason that Baltimore has been more respectable is that they are 12-11 at home. That is not going to help them in this series, though. In the past week, they have been passed by Boston in the standings, finding their natural place at the bottom of the American League East standing. so they might be due to start playing more like a last-place team. Their bullpen has been performing well this season, so when they do get a lead, they have a decent chance to seal the deal. That is just not very often. New York had been sizzling, but they lost their series against the White Sox over the weekend. They only scored one on Saturday and Sunday combined, but given how good the offense has been most of the season, that is not really cause for concern. The bullpen takes a hit moving forward, though, with Chad Green out for the season. OF Joey Gallo is not giving them much, but he is on the sick list, so they are a little more righty-dominated in the lineup right now. Lefty Bruce Zimmerman has been doing his part to keep the Orioles relevant this season. I am hesitant to call it a breakout season, but he has quickly become the most reliable starting pitcher that Baltimore has. He has already made 3 starts against New York this season, though each has been progressively worse. A disturbing trend. Fellow lefty Jordan Montgomery has been overlooked in New York despite his consistency. He is still looking for his first win of the year, but has definitely pitched well enough to get one. The fact that the weak link in the rotation has a 3.35 ERA says a lot about why the Yankees have been so successful. New York has defeated Baltimore in 7 of 10 games this season, and the Yankees have won 41 of the last 55 at home against the Orioles. New York has the 3rd best team ERA in baseball, and at the plate has scored the 5th most runs. New York's Aaron Judge is leading baseball in home runs with 15, and Giancarlo Stanton is 3rd in RBI with 35. Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher Bruce Zimmerman was roughed up last Thursday when facing the New York Yankees. The left-hander allowed 7 hits and 5 runs in 5 innings pitched, but did not take part in the decision. Baltimore has lost 63 of the last 82 when playing on the road as an underdog, so the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. New York is 5th in baseball in runs scored, and Baltimore is 18th in team ERA. The total has finished over in 4 of the last 5 between the Orioles and Yankees, as well as in 30 of the last 44 that Baltimore has played in New York. Baltimore starting pitcher Bruce Zimmerman gave up 5 runs in just 5 innings against New York last Thursday, and New York starting pitcher Jordan Montgomery gave up 3 runs in 5 innings in the same game last Thursday, and the game produced 15 runs overall. Bruce Zimmerman has been rocked by the Yankees this season multiple times, and he's allowing a .318 batting average to current hitters through 65 at-bats. Jordan Montgomery has been respectable this season, but he's been tagged a bit at home, where he has a 4.2 ERA. Both of these pitchers are prone to getting rocked from time to time, and both of these offenses are capable of producing. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus Atlanta Braves. After having their homecoming spoiled, the Atlanta Braves will be looking for a bounce-back win in Tuesday's rematch with the visiting Philadelphia Phillies. The Bats came alive early for the Phillies in the series opener, which was highlighted with a Zach Wheeler victory. It was a tough loss for a Braves team that just won their first road series of the season. Max Fried will try his hand at getting the team back on track when starting at pitcher opposite of Phillies' Kyle Gibson. The Braves and Phillies will play the second game of their series on Tuesday night following Philadelphia's win in yesterday's series opener. Atlanta will look to get back on track with their ace Max Fried on the mound, who will be opposed by Kyle Gibson of the Phillies. Max Fried has been the ace of the Atlanta pitching staff for the past few seasons, and this year isn't any different. He's been their most reliable starter with a 4-2 record and 3.31 ERA. An upper 90s fastball along with 4 solid off-speed pitches has allowed Fried to rack up the strikeout numbers with 8.63 strikeouts per 9 innings. Despite Philadelphia's success against left-handed pitching this season, Fried has the type of arsenal to shut them down. This game also presents an opportunity for the Atlanta offense to get back on track. They were shut down by a great pitcher in Zach Wheeler last night, but Kyle Gibson isn't nearly as overpowering. Gibson has a 3-2 record with a 3.98 ERA, so he's been a pleasant surprise for the Phillies this season, but he often struggles to throw deep into games, which might hurt him in this matchup. The Phillies have one of the league's worst bullpens with a 4.06 ERA, and this Braves lineup is on the verge of breaking out, which could come in this game against their divisional rivals. Atlanta is the more complete team this season, and that begins with the bullpen this year, as they are 8th in baseball with a 3.29 reliever ERA, while Philly is all the way down at 23rd in MLB with a 4.06 bullpen ERA to begin the year. The Phillies are only scoring 2.71 runs per game in their previous 7 games, while the Braves are averaging 3.7 runs in their last 6 games. Philadelphia has struggled against teams in the American League and National League East this year, as they are a putrid 4-9 so far. The Braves are 4-1 in the previous 5 games against the Phillies, so the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have the capability to hit home runs at a great rate, as the Phillies are 7th in MLB with 48 homers as a team, while the Braves are currently 5th in baseball with 52 home runs so far. Neither Max Fried or Kyle Gibson have good numbers against these opposing lineups, so that will be tough to expect the turnaround here. These teams have a lineup that should easily be able to produce runs, as we highlighted earlier, so that will put pressure on the mound. The over has hit in 9 of the previous 13 games between these divisional rivals played in Atlanta. The Phillies showcased their ability to mash left-handed pitching last night against the Braves starter Tucker Davidson, putting up 5 runs in 2.2 innings against the young lefty. They'll face another lefty tonight in Max Fried, who presents a much tougher test. But the Phillies should head into this game with plenty of confidence at the plate. On the other hand, this dangerous Atlanta offense has been sluggish to start the season, and they faced a tough test last night against Zach Wheeler. However, Kyle Gibson doesn't have the type of overwhelming velocity to hold them down in this game. And the inconsistent Phillies bullpen also opens the door for run-scoring opportunities later in the game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.